Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the final week of September 2022. Hope you guys had a really great week. I do want to take a quick second just to remind you that this is a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone. Also keep in mind that the energies can reverse or flip-flop, and that's not at all unusual. I am giving away another free tarot reading at the end of this month, and if you are interested in that, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment. You need to do all three to qualify, and the more times you enter, the more likely you are to win. So let's get started, Aries. Spirit, can I have the energy of Aries? Aries. Thank you. All right, Aries, you're starting out with the Nine of Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And you have the Eight of Cups. Okay. So, Aries, it looks like you are walking away from a situation or a person here. I feel like you are considerably worried about this, but you want your independence. You're moving into something that is independent for you, something that you feel very confident about it. It's just that there's something about the details that has you worried. And it could also be that you're moving away from that energy. Perhaps being in the situation is what had you feeling so worried and upset. And I can definitely see for some of you that's the case. In particular, there is a individual that has affected this situation, and this would be a female figure, an older female figure that has in some way affected this situation, either positively or negatively. They have either helped you with getting rid of some of that worry, or they have added to it, and you're walking away from that situation. So take it as it applies to you, but I do see an older female figure, perhaps a grandmother, even a family friend that's older, a mother perhaps, but somebody that is involved that is a female figure that is older. But I do see you walking away from a situation that's not entirely fulfilling you, and you're moving towards your own happiness. I see you very independent in this, and I feel like you're going to do well. Let's see who is in your energy. All right, we have the Two of Cups reversed. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. And we have the Page of Cups reversed. So the person that's in your energy, there is something about a karmic lesson or a karmic cycle for this person. And I'm seeing a breakup. That's likely, it's likely this person you're walking away from. I'm seeing either a big argument or a breakup. I can see that this person wants to resolve problems with you, but I'm also seeing that they feel that things have just become quite a mess. There's an entanglement of some sort, at least from their perspective. There's an entanglement of some sort. It could be because of this other person. Perhaps they know about this. I don't know, but I'm seeing an entanglement, and I'm also seeing that for some of you, there's a child involved, and this person is worried about missing the child, not being around the child. But for others of you, the person you're connected with, I just feel like they are emotionally pulled back. They may want to extend themselves to you in order to try to resolve some of these problems, like, you know, maybe just like extend themselves emotionally in some way, but they're holding back. They're not doing it. Let's see the energy of the connection. The Eight of Wands. There is going to be communication here. And I do feel like it's going to be pretty rapid between the two of you once it starts. It is both ways. It's not just one person communicating. If there's distance between the two of you, I do feel like that, I do feel like somebody is going to, you know, cross that distance in order for this conversation or this communication. Let's see what's directly affecting this. That's too many. Let me try that again. Spirit, what is directly affecting this connection? Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and it's coming out with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this was not balanced. What's affecting the connection is there's an imbalance in this connection. So Aries, you may have felt like the person that you were connected with had some behaviors that were perhaps not, maybe they were a little bit indulgent, self-indulgent. You felt this person may have been self-indulgent, and that things weren't balanced between the two of you. You may have felt that they were breadcrumbing you. I feel like somehow you felt that they were keeping, you know, all the good stuff for themselves. There was a selfishness of some sort. They're feeling the loss of this connection very keenly. I will tell you that the person that you're connected with, they are very focused on material things. And it feels to me like they're focused on material things because there's a underlying lack that this person experiences. And this is all affecting the connection. It's almost as if the person you're connected with, Aries, they have this underlying feeling of lack and having gone without. And so when something comes to them, whether it's emotionally or financially, they almost want to hoard it. They want to try to keep it all to themselves. And it's like it comes across as being very selfish, although it's not quite selfish. It's more of almost like a trauma response. It's a response to something, I feel like, from childhood. Let's see the outcome at the end of the week. Not that it makes it any better. I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying I can see where it's originating from. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords along with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so this is a painful ending. And the painful ending it's coupled with, you know, either an offer of love that's been rejected, so or somebody that's just absolutely not showing their feelings. They're not revealing, they're not opening up. And it's going to be different for both of you, and it's mostly this person that's just really holding back. And I'm telling you, it's because of childhood type of issues. And I feel like, Aries, you've just had enough. You're walking away from that energy because regardless of where it stems from, it still is on that person to heal their issues. You may not be responsible for any issues that occurred during childhood, but you are responsible for healing them as an adult. And this person definitely needs some healing. And I feel like you're kind of fed up. It's that, what is that movie? I Can Do Bad All by Myself. All right, so the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. All right, that's underlying energy, and I feel like there's a lot of things here that are going left unsaid. And there's also things that are unknown and uninvestigated, unknown, and they're, again, originating from childhood. Not that it's your responsibility, Aries. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they may be unknown. And I do feel like it is the responsibility of the cross watcher to explore those things and to heal them, though. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Nine of Swords here? All right, we have the King of Swords. You may be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be. We have the Nine of Coins reversed. Now here we have it in the upright, and then we have the Fool. Okay, so yeah, you were hesitant to do this. I do feel like you maybe went back and forth about, you know, becoming single and being, you know, independent here. I feel like you had to overcome a lot here in order to basically step out on this limb, Aries. This wasn't an easy decision for you, I can see. And I feel like you also battled some insecurities here, but the difference is that you faced your insecurities. I'm also seeing, now some of you may be moving towards an air sign or moving towards someone else and having a, you know, taking a risk or a leap of faith towards someone else. And you might be worried about that because you may have met this person while you were still involved in this connection. But others of you, I feel like you just pulled back. You tried to keep your heart out of the situation, and you wrestled a little bit with this decision, but ultimately I'm seeing that you are moving towards a new beginning. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here for Aries? Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? We have the Star in reverse. So Aquarius is very strong. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you felt stuck in a situation. You felt stuck in this situation. It wasn't an even give and take. And I think that you started out with a lot of hope in this connection, but over time, you just kind of felt like the hope dwindled. And I can see that, you know, it was causing a emotional imbalance for you. And so, like I said, you wrestled with this decision, but ultimately you didn't want to remain stuck. And so I feel like you made this choice to be independent, to go forward, and to move into this new beginning on your own. So you're making yourself single, independent, and you're going to do well, actually. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Okay, we have the Judgment, and we have the Chariot. Yeah, it was a judgment call for you to move forward. Some of you could be moving forward with somebody from your past as well. Like I said, there's some of you that are moving towards an air sign, or if it's not an air sign, it could be somebody that, you know, has those qualities. They would be someone who is very honest. They are very direct and straightforward in the way they would communicate, and they're very less emotional and more strategic, and in the way that they operate in the world. So some of you this may be somebody that you knew from the past, and you might be reconciling with that person, walking away from this connection to reconcile with someone that you knew before. But I feel like a lot of you are just making a judgment call here to move forward and be single. And when you do walk away from this connection, you're going to do it rather quickly. Yeah, you're not going to do this in a slow manner. Let's look at their energy. Why is the Two of Cups in reverse? All right, so there's your card, Aries, the Emperor, in the major arcana. So they're very focused on you. And we have the Five of Wands reversed. So they definitely, I can see that there was some arguing here. They don't want to be in conflict with you at all. And they really do kind of put you on a pedestal. They may feel that you are the one that's in charge mostly during this connection. So they may almost feel like, in some sense, that you, you're stronger than they are, that you kind of, you run things, that you're the boss. Or it could just be that they really put you on a pedestal. I can see that they do hold you in very high esteem. They don't want to fight with you. They definitely don't. So if there's any conflict, they are hoping to end any conflict between the two of you. You could be dealing here with a fire sign. That would be a another fire sign. That would be another Aries like yourself, or Leo or Sag. But I really just think that this person is very, very focused on you. All right, so we have the Death card in reverse, and we have the King of Wands. I feel like the King of Wands is, again, reflecting you. They're still holding on to you. They're hoping that things can be resolved, that you are not going to end this, that you're not going to move away from them or walk away from them. And again, I'm seeing that they're putting you very much on a pedestal. They're acknowledging that there's problems here, but they really do want to work the problems out. We have the Five of Swords reversed and the Ace of Swords. They want to talk. They want to have a truthful conversation. Every single thing here is all about either putting you on this pedestal, Aries, or resolving the problems, or both. Every energy here, they're holding back a little bit because I feel like they might be afraid of rejection. But I can see that they want to have a conversation, and this conversation is in order to end conflict and create positive change between the two of you. So they're very focused in what it is that they want, and that's you. Why is the Eight of Wands here? So I'm wondering if this person was just unaware of how their behavior was affecting you. All right, we have the Knight of Wands reversed and the Four of Wands reversed. So I do see, like I said, a conversation happening. This person, again, wants to talk to you about this ending. They do not want this ending. They're holding on to you. They're going to want to resolve the conflict. They're going to come forward. They're going to talk to you about how much they think of you, how strong they feel that you are, how much they do not want to fight with you or be in conflict with you, and ultimately they want to talk about this ending here. I feel like you don't want to talk about it. I feel like it's like your mind is already made up. You've made a decision. You've taken, the feelings out of the situation. You've tried to be very logical about the decisions you're making. And I feel like you're not going to want to have this conversation. So I'm also feeling that for some of you, you may feel that this person is inconsistent. Like every time you try to move away from this connection, then they come in with all this communication, and now they want to talk, now they want to give. But what this is telling me is that you feel they're inconsistent, that sometimes they're in, sometimes they're out. And I feel like you may be fed up with that. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords reversed. We have the Three of Wands and the Four of Cups reversed. So I do see some healing that's taking place here. This has been very painful for both of you. And I do see some healing that's taking place here. There's something about waiting. You're waiting for something to happen, or waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for something to arrive or to come in. You've been waiting, is what I feel, Aries. You waited for things to get better. You felt very stuck, and I feel like you've waited to basically free yourself. If things were not going to get better and you waited and waited and waited, it kind of wound up that you felt that you were waiting to free yourself at the end of the day. And while you were waiting for things to get better and to become more even, you just slowly gave up hope. I feel like the person you're dealing with is inconsistent. And even though it may go back to unhealed childhood trauma, that's really not on you. And you should not have to suffer for that. Now, on their side, what I'm seeing is they're wanting, it's the same message. They're very, very focused on what it is they want. And again, same message, putting you on a pedestal, recognizing you as being, very strong and very powerful, and they don't want to end things with you, and they want to make it up to you. So it's the energy of them wanting to make things up to you, to give this a second chance. And I do feel like they're acknowledging here that they did not respect the connection the way they should have. So I don't feel like they're trying to blame you for anything. I feel like they're taking the blame on themselves, but they're saying that they can and will do better. So let's see your outcome. I mean, they are very focused on one thing, and that is you, Aries. All right. So we have the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Eight of Swords. So there is going to be a message. There's going to be some communication here that's, in some way, it's going to leave somebody feeling disempowered, feeling, as if, I don't know, it's going to feel, this message is going to make one of you feel as if powerless is the word. It's going to make somebody feel powerless, and possibly both of you somewhat powerless. So I feel like the communication is not going to go very well. I do see the ending coming, and I see you bringing the ending, Aries, but it's not what you want. I feel like it's making someone else feel powerless is not what you're wanting here. It's not going to go exactly the way you want it to, in some aspect, because I see you're going to be feeling somewhat powerless as well. And it could just be because it's painful to go about this. But there is an aspect of you feeling a little bit powerless and things not going the way you want. I do still see the ending, though. For the person that you're involved with here, I do feel like they are obsessing over this situation. And it is because it's bringing up this sense of powerlessness for them. And it's going to cause them to really pull back. I feel like they're really putting it out on the line for you. They may be offering, you know, their heart, their emotions, and you're going to reject them. And I feel like that may be what it is that doesn't go the way you want. There's an aspect to this conversation that is just leaving both of you feeling a bit powerless. But at the end of the day, you're moving towards your happiness, and your happiness does not lie here. And I feel like you're going to have to tell this person that. Now, for them, they are single-minded in ending the conflict, bringing the two of you back together, and they feel like they can talk you into it. And it's not going to go the way they want either, and I feel like they're going to feel quite defeated. So at the bottom of the deck, again, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So there is some immaturity in the way that this person does express emotions. And I see that they tend to, when things don't go well, they tend to withdraw. They tend to pull back. So they emotionally pull back, they pull back in communication, and they pull back with regard to action. And I think that's a lot of what you're seeing. So I can understand. I mean, I can understand both sides of this. And I think you can too, Aries, and that's why it's a bit painful for you as well. All right, I'm going to pull some oracle cards to round out your reading and just see what comes out. Well, only one card? Okay, so let's see what it is. And it came out on your person's side. It says Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, and hesitation. So basically, your person just can't accept that this connection is ending, Aries. They're very intent on getting you back. They're not accepting it. So, all right. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you. And if you want a personal tarot reading, the information's in the box below this reading. If you're interested in the drawing or the giveaway, be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and also drop a comment. Until I see you guys in the monthlies, namaste.